Hello, my magnificent, sun-hearted Leos, and welcome back to Cosmic Wisdom. I want you to draw a deep breath, command your full presence into this moment, and allow the universe to speak directly to the royal core of your being. Because if you have been guided to this message today, understand that it is not by chance. It is a divine summons. You have been called to your throne room. Right now, a profound cosmic event is taking place in your life. A sacred separation that may feel like the dimming of your own inner sun. You might be experiencing a sudden, confusing chasm opening between you and a person your radiant heart chose to illuminate. You may feel isolated, unseen, or as if your very light is being withdrawn from a connection you cherished. But listen to me closely. You are not being abandoned. You are being repositioned. You are being moved by the hand of the divine into a sphere of influence and destiny where not everyone has the clearance to enter. Before we illuminate the incredible reason for this, I want you to claim your power with me. If you feel this truth resonating in your soul, go to the comments right now and declare your sovereignty by typing, "I am the architect of my own destiny." Let this be your royal decree to the cosmos. And if you have not yet joined our cosmic family, take this moment to subscribe to our channel. Your light belongs in this community, and I want to ensure you always receive the guidance that is crafted just for you. Now, let us speak of the magnificent design of a Leo's heart. You, my dear Leo, are ruled by the sun itself, the center of our solar system, the source of all light, warmth, and life. And just like your celestial ruler, you love with a boundless, radiant generosity. Your love is not a timid flicker. It is a brilliant, life-giving force that you shine upon those you choose. When you love someone, you place them in the center of your universe. You shower them with loyalty, and you protect them with the ferocity of a lion-hearted king or queen. So, when that sacred kingdom of the heart begins to feel threatened, when the person you so brilliantly illuminated begins to retreat into the shadows, the pain is not just disappointment. It is a deep, personal wound to your pride, your generosity, and your very essence. You ask yourself, with a burning question that echoes in your soul, what did I do wrong? Was my light not bright enough? Was my love not enough? But I am here today to shift your entire perspective. The question isn't what you did wrong. The profound cosmic truth is what you are being saved from. You see, my radiant Leo, not everyone who is drawn to your light is equipped to handle its full wattage. Some souls are not meant to be your co-ruler, sharing your throne. They are simply travelers, passing through your kingdom, meant to serve a specific, and sometimes painful, purpose. They are catalysts, sent by the universe to show you where you have been dimming your own magnificent light to make someone else feel more comfortable. And once that lesson is revealed, their role in your story is complete. The ache in your heart is real, and it deserves to be honored. But the universe, in its infinite love for you, sometimes must perform a radical act of grace. It must remove the person or situation that is causing an eclipse of your heart. Because without this separation, your magnificent loyalty, your greatest virtue, would have kept you there, pouring your brilliant solar energy into a vessel that was either too small, too flawed, or simply not meant to hold it. You would have stayed, even as you felt your own divine light fading. Imagine you are a master artist, painting a glorious masterpiece, your life's work. Now imagine you were trying to capture this epic vision on a tiny, cracked canvas. You would have to shrink your vision, dull your colors, and restrain your grandest strokes. The separation you are experiencing is the universe removing that inadequate canvas. It hurts to see it go, but it's the only way you can be free to paint your true masterpiece on the grand, limitless canvas of your destiny. Many of you listening are feeling this right now. The person you shared your warmth with has grown cold. The vibrant connection has turned into muted tones of gray. They avoid your calls, they misunderstand your intentions, or perhaps they have betrayed your trust in a way that feels like a direct assault on your honor. And you, with your noble heart, are trying to understand why. Didn't they see how much I gave? Didn't they value my loyalty? Was our connection not as real as I believed? Your mind is searching for a reason that can be fixed. But I need you to absorb this sacred truth. This is not a rejection of your light. It is a divine protection of your light. This is the universe stepping in and declaring, with the authority of a royal guard, enough. Enough of you pouring your golden energy into a black hole. Enough of you forgiving actions that have dishonored your royal heart. Enough of you shrinking your brilliant presence so that someone else's insecurity could feel large. Enough of trying to reignite a fire that the cosmos has already extinguished. There is an old allegory about a magnificent eagle that was raised among chickens. It spent its days pecking at the ground, clucking and scratching, never knowing it was born to soar in the heavens. It saw the vast sky, but believed it was not for him. One day, a wise naturalist came, picked up the eagle, and carried it to a high mountain. He held the bird up and said, "You are an eagle. You belong to the sky, not the earth. Fly." The eagle trembled, but as it looked down at the tiny farm, and then up at the endless expanse of the sunlit sky, something ancient awakened within it. It stretched its wings and soared into the glory it was always meant for. Leo, are you living among chickens? Have you been pecking at scraps of affection when you were born to command the sky? Are you in a relationship that makes you forget your own magnificence, that makes you question the very light that you are? Be honest with your noble self. A love that is worthy of you does not make you feel exhausted. It makes you feel more alive. It does not ask you to trade your crown for a place at the table. It builds you a throne right beside its own. It does not ask you to dim your shine. It basks in your glow and reflects it back, amplified. The universe sees what you, in your generous love, have been trying to overlook. It sees your vibrant light being dimmed. It sees your royal heart being slowly broken by 1,000 tiny acts of dishonor, and so it intervenes, not to shatter you, my glorious Leo, but to set you free, to free you so you can breathe the rarefied air of your own potential, to free you so you can remember the incredible power you wield, to free you so you can return to the center of your own universe. This is not punishment. It is a coronation. The universe is removing the court jesters and the false advisors from your inner circle, so you can hear the clear, powerful voice of your own soul. It is hiding you for a moment, not in shame, but in a sacred chamber of preparation, readying you for the next, more glorious chapter of your reign. I know the most painful part is the blow to your pride, the feeling of being devalued or misunderstood. You feel like your grandest gift, your heart, was taken for granted. But in the very moment you feel most devalued, you are actually being remeasured for your crown. The universe will not allow anyone to stand in your light who is incapable of honoring it. It is clearing the stage for your next great act. So I ask you, from the depths of your lion heart, are you clinging to a role in a play that is beneath your talent? Are you ready, truly ready, to believe that the person being removed from your life today is making way for an audience that will give you a standing ovation for the rest of your life? A relationship that dims your light is not love. It is a lesson in self-worth. And the universe never lets a royal soul like you repeat a lesson you are ready to graduate from with honors. But there is a deeper, more sacred reason for all of this, a truth that can only be seen with the heart. And in the next part of our journey, we will illuminate why the cosmos chose this person, this relationship, and this very moment to completely rewrite the story of your reign. Stay with me, because your true power is about to be gloriously unleashed. The question that burns within your noble heart is a profound one. If the divine knew this would cause me pain, if it knew this person was incapable of truly seeing me, then why lead me to them? Why allow my heart to invest so deeply? This question, my dear Leo, is not just a query. It is the roar of a wounded lion, the cry of a royal soul trying to understand what feels like a cosmic injustice. You, more than any other sign, believe in destiny, in grand narratives, and in the power of a fated love story. To have that story crumble feels like a betrayal of the highest order. But I am here to reveal a truth so magnificent it will change the way you see this pain forever. The universe did not send this person into your life by mistake. It sent them as a sacred mirror. But here is the crucial part you must understand. They were a shattered mirror. They were a mirror that could only reflect back a fractured, distorted, and incomplete version of your magnificent light. And you, in your generous and loving nature, kept trying to rearrange your brilliance, to dim your wattage, to contort your beautiful radiance, to fit into the broken pieces of what they could offer you. You thought if you could just love them enough, you could piece their mirror back together. But it was never your job to fix their mirror, Leo. It was your job to recognize that you deserved a mirror, a partner, a soul that was whole, vast, and clear enough to reflect your full, glorious, unobscured sun. God, the universe, the divine source. It did not send them to diminish you. It sent them to show you just how much you had been diminishing yourself. This entire experience was a divine intervention designed to stop you from committing the greatest sin a Leo can commit, the abdication of your own throne. Let's look at this through the lens of your own celestial power. You are ruled by the sun. The sun does not ask for permission to shine. It does not apologize for its heat. It does not dim itself because a lesser star feels intimidated. It simply is in all its glory, and the solar system arranges itself around its power. This relationship was triggering your deepest wound, the fear that your light is too much. The universe allowed you to experience what it feels like to be with someone who cannot handle your light, so that you would finally vow to never again surround yourself with anyone who asks you to be less than the glorious sun you are. It allowed your heart to be hurt, so you would learn to protect it with the fierce boundaries of a true sovereign. It allowed you to feel unseen, so you would learn to see yourself with unwavering adoration and respect. You needed to experience a conditional love, to understand that you are worthy of a love that is as unconditional as the rising of the sun. You needed to feel the chill of their shadow, to fully appreciate the magnificent warmth of your own light. You needed to let them go, to understand what it feels like to be held in the powerful, loving embrace of your own destiny. The pain you feel does not invalidate the love. It illuminates the lesson. There are loves that feel grand and cinematic, and perhaps they are, but their purpose is to be a blockbuster lesson, not an eternal franchise. Some souls are meant to enter your life, play a dramatic role that awakens your deepest insecurities, and then exit the stage. Their departure is the final, most important scene. It's the plot twist that forces you to become the undisputed hero of your own story. True healing for you, Leo, does not begin when they return with a grand apology. Healing begins the moment you stand in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say, "I am worthy of a love that celebrates, not tolerates, my light." A wise theater director once said, "Sometimes the most important character in a play is the one who leaves in the first act. Their absence defines the rest of the story and forces the protagonist to find their own strength." When you let go, Leo, your true performance begins. You stop waiting for applause from an empty seat. You stop rehearsing old lines of a tired script. You stop dimming the stage lights of your life, hoping it will make them more comfortable. Because you are no longer auditioning for their love. You are stepping into your starring role on the grand stage of your own life. You do not need to have all the answers today. You just need to embrace this one powerful truth. The universe never closes a show without having a much grander, more spectacular production waiting for you. Your soul was not born to play a supporting role in someone else's drama. Your soul was born to lead, to create, to shine, to love with a magnificent, open heart. No begging for the spotlight. No pleading to be seen. No trading your crown for a bit part. When you stop offering your light to those who are in shadow, you become a beacon for souls who are also walking in the light. You begin to attract a love that matches your frequency. No more decoding mixed signals. No more wondering if you are valued. No more nights spent praying they would finally recognize your royalty. Because you will have already recognized it, claimed it, and embodied it yourself. So, what happens when you finally stop trying to cast someone in a role they were never meant to play? In the next part, you will discover that true peace does not lie in them returning for an encore. It lies in the moment you take a bow, turn to your own heart, and say, "I am ready for my next act." When the universe wants to remove someone from your kingdom, it doesn't send a formal decree. It begins with a feeling, a subtle affront to your honor, a quiet dimming of your inner flame. And the most heartbreaking part, my proud Leo, is that your noble heart felt it. You knew. But your generosity, your hope, and your refusal to give up on someone you loved made you overlook the signs for far too long. We've established that the universe is not punishing you, it is promoting you. But the question that roars in your mind is, how can I be certain? How do I know if this is a test of my loyalty or a divine sign that this person is unworthy of my court? The answer lies in your regal compass, your sense of dignity, and your heart's inner light. Leo, you are a creature of honor. Your intuition speaks to you not as a whisper, but as a feeling of rightness or wrongness in your very core. It speaks through your pride, not ego, but the deep, sacred pride that knows you are a child of the sun, deserving of respect, adoration, and loyalty. You don't need logical proof when your spirit feels dishonored. You are ruled by the heart, and your heart is the most powerful oracle you possess. But here is the challenge. You have used that big, generous heart to make excuses for others, to see the best in them even when they were showing you their worst, while ignoring the sacred warnings from your own sense of self-worth. How many times did you feel a subtle sting of disrespect, but you brushed it aside, telling yourself, you were overreacting? How many times did you give your brilliant advice and energy only to feel taken for granted, but you gave more anyway? How many times did you feel your own magnificent light dimming in their presence, but you stayed, hoping your warmth could eventually heal their coldness? Even when your royal spirit was roaring. This is beneath you. This is not worthy of your greatness. You stayed. Because for a Leo, walking away can feel like admitting defeat. And the fear of a lonely kingdom can feel more daunting than the slow erosion of your own spirit. Let me remind you of a sacred law of your own being. Your heart's light is your ultimate truth. If a person, a job, or a situation consistently makes you feel smaller, unseen, or less radiant, that is the universe's unmistakable sign. That is not the kingdom where you are meant to rule. Take a moment and reflect with regal honesty. Have you been justifying their behavior instead of honoring your feelings? Have you told yourself, maybe I'm just being too dramatic? If I just love them harder, they'll see my worth. They have so much potential. I can't give up on them. My glorious Leo, you are not dramatic. You are expressive. And it is not your job to love someone into seeing your worth. A person worthy of you will see it from the moment they enter your orbit. The universe doesn't send you coded messages. It speaks to you through the state of your own inner sun. If you feel it dimming, it is time to move. Have you ever felt drained and exhausted after a conversation that should have been joyful? Have you ever looked in the mirror and not recognized the tired, muted version of yourself staring back? Have you ever had to psych yourself up just to interact with them? That is not a random mood swing. That is your soul's energy system telling you there is a massive leak. That is the divine saying, you are misplacing your most precious resource, your light. And if you're thinking, but I made a commitment, I don't want to quit, remember this: the universe never asks you to be loyal to a situation that is disloyal to your soul. Your primary commitment is to your own divine light. The moment you finally choose to honor your own radiance above all else is the moment you reclaim your throne. That is what the cosmos is waiting for. It is waiting for you to stop trying to illuminate a dying star so it can usher you into a galaxy of brilliant new possibilities. Do you remember the last time you walked away from something with your head held high, simply because you knew it was beneath your dignity? The last time you chose the proud solitude of your own company over the degrading clamor of a false love? Today, you can make that choice again. You can sit upon your inner throne, not to mourn who has left the court, but to finally receive yourself back as its rightful ruler. I want you to make this royal decree. If you are in a situation that is dimming your light, declare it now with power and conviction. I reclaim my light. My reign begins now. That is your vow, the first step on your journey back to your own brilliant center. And do you know what happens when a soul as magnificent as a Leo reclaims their own light? The universe itself bows and opens doors to kingdoms you never even dreamed were possible. In our final part, you will witness the miracle that unfolds when you are no longer seeking validation, but are walking as a radiant source of it, allowing a love that is worthy of a king or queen to finally find its way to your throne. You are still here, standing at the precipice of your new dawn. The old chapter is behind you, and before you lies the brilliant, unwritten scroll of your future. You've heard the platitudes, but you know the truth. For a Leo, a broken heart is a wound to the very core of your being. You didn't just lose a person. You feel as though the sun itself was temporarily blotted from your sky. And in this powerful sacred moment of your own sunrise, I need you to listen with your whole, magnificent heart. You were not abandoned by the cosmos. You were chosen. You were selected for a grander stage, a more important role. You were pulled from a story that was becoming a tragedy and recast as the lead in an epic tale of triumph. And the love that is coming for you next will never, ever make you doubt your own brilliance. You do not need to have it all figured out today. You may still feel the ache of a proud heart, but you no longer need to be defined by it. You just need to hold fast to this one glorious truth. The universe is guiding you to a place where your soul can shine at its absolute, most magnificent wattage. You are not moving backward, you are ascending to a higher throne. You are not losing anything. You are being freed from the chains of a lesser destiny. You are not alone. You are in the midst of a divine coronation, where every royal soul is tested before they can truly reign. Leo, you were not born for a life in the shadows. You are a beacon. You are creative fire. You are the embodiment of joyful, courageous, and unconditional love. The very kind of love this world is starving for. And that is why you must first be the unwavering ruler of your own heart. You must learn when to give your light freely, and more importantly, when to reclaim it for yourself. You must learn to rise, even when all that's left is the echo of false applause. But you are not rising alone. The divine has been your stage manager, your director, and your biggest fan this entire time. From the first moment you felt unseen, to the day your heart broke, to the quiet moment you finally chose your own dignity. The divine was there, ensuring your light would never be permanently extinguished. And if you are hearing these words today, it is your curtain call. The lesson is complete. The audience is on its feet, and the universe is speaking directly to you, saying, "You are magnificent. You have passed the test of the heart. Now it is time for me to bring you what you have always deserved. No more begging for attention. No more accepting lukewarm affection. No more being defined by another's inability to celebrate you. From this day forward, you will be defined by my love, a divine love that mirrors your own brilliant, unconditional light." I want you to go to the comments one last time and seal this sacred pact with your destiny. Write this royal decree for all the cosmos to see. I understand. I am worthy. My next chapter is one of triumph. You can be grateful for the memories, but you no longer have to live in them. True, regal love does not diminish you, and the universe will never use love to teach you a lesson in shame. From this day forward, begin again. Not with the hope that a past character will return, but with the unshakable certainty that a co-star worthy of your greatness is being sent by the cosmos at the most divinely appointed time. You are not being rejected. You are being enthroned. You are not being left behind. You are being thrust into the spotlight. And if you are brave enough to take your bow and walk into your new scene today, you will discover that peace is not just real. It is the radiant, golden light that was always your birthright. To the Leo soul, who has listened with a royal heart until these final words, you have done so beautifully. You have reclaimed your power. Now, you are not just allowed to be happy. It is your divine mandate. You are free to begin your new reign, without needing an apology from those who could not see your value, and you are destined to be loved with a passion, a loyalty, and a celebration that matches the magnificent fire of your own soul. If this message has illuminated your path, please leave a lion emoji or a sun emoji in the comments. Your story of reclaiming your light could be the spark that ignites another Leo's courage tomorrow. Thank you for allowing me to hold this sacred space with you. Remember the sun that shines within you. You are the creator, you are the leader, and you are the star of your own magnificent life. Now go and let your glorious light shine upon the world.